Hey lovely Simlies, and welcome to Let's Renovate an Apartment Part 7 in Bridgeport, which is the final part, which is kind of sad. I'm sad, but you know what? There's going to be another series coming up soon, and I know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to tell you what that's going to be at the end of the video. But anyway, this has been so much fun. I've really enjoyed it, and you guys have had such awesome feedback. It's just been awesome. So anyway, I'm also, by the way, loving this particular sped up video because I've kept in the sound and it has this swift kind of sound effects in it. I think it's quite cute. But anyway, here we are kind of extending the dining room. I decided to make it a little bigger because someone mentioned because it's a Sims 3 late night, you have to put a bar in because the bars were the professional bars were a massive deal when this expansion came out. And I was like, you know what? We need a bar. Eleanor needs a bar. So here we are about to put one in. There's two styles, that old school one, which I got out first, but I decided to go with the modern one because, you know, that dining room has a lot of traditional furniture. I know it has more of a traditional aesthetic with the kind of old school dining chairs and whatnot. And I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh, that's right. Someone was like, you really shouldn't put the award on the ground. I don't think Eleanor would like her Grammy to be on the floor. I think it was, I'm sorry if I can't pronounce your username correctly, but I think it's Mafoldork. Mafoldork? But anyway, that was good feedback because you know what? Eleanor would not like her award on the ground. So I first tried out kind of putting it on this kind of white pedestal-y sculpture thing from the base game, the white box, which is, everyone knows the white box. It's a classic Sims 3 item, but I thought it kind of didn't look as good as it could. I mean, it looks alright, but I ended up using a pedestal from the Sims 3 World Adventures. If you don't have that expansion pack, that's fine. You can use the box, of course, but I thought because I had it, I may as well use it because it looks a little bit more fancy. And because it's kind of like this column effect, which I really liked. So Eleanor has her special acting trophy there, which I think is pretty cool. If you had a sim in here in this house who was in the acting career or show career, whatever, TV career, you could totally delete that trophy, and when you finally attain it through gameplay, you could then put it in the cabinet. So that's probably what I plan to do. And about to recolor the bar as well because it is looking a little out of it. The other reason why I decided to kind of show those trophies off was there was a ton of comments telling me to do that. And also, if we just put the bar extending from the kitchen, I thought it would kind of look a little weird because it would kind of be just one massive bench along the windows. So it's nice to have kind of a cabinet to break it up a little bit. So that's why I've made this side where the bar is, it doesn't exactly match the kitchen counters. It doesn't have the white in it because I wanted it to still kind of match but have its own, how do I explain this? Make it look like it was in its own separate room and an extension of what existed. And also I've just got these CD racks from the base game and kind of put them through the counter to kind of make them look like they're sitting there. Just readjusting the lights here because they were sitting too far out from the corner as well as the shelves and whatnot. And the other thing was, someone said, you know, it's kind of weird if you have the dining table in the bathroom because then if you go to the bathroom, you're kind of like, why is the dining room in the bathroom? You know what I mean? So someone actually said, why don't you put a desk there? And that was Jason, who said a glass desk, and someone else mentioned the mirrored desk as well. So I've gone with the glass one. I don't know if this is the one Jason was talking about, but this is the one I had from the store, which I really liked. And we got rid of one of the basins just because it isn't quite long enough to have two basins on it, I suppose. Here is our glorious walk-in wardrobe that we've created and I love. It's so pretty. And I was like, I don't know what to put on that wall, so I'll just put an award ribbon on there. I just thought she seemed like the overachieving type, our Eleanor. And also putting in the bathroom a painting there on the wall. This is one of my favorite paintings. It's actually from the base game and I love it. I probably use that painting most out of all the paintings in the game. I would go as far to say that. Yeah, I would. The other thing was someone mentioned why not putting a table under the towel rack. And I also had to put a full length mirror in. That mirrored table is actually from the Sims 3 store. There's a matching desk with it, and also this long mirror is from the Sims 3 Master Suite stuff pack. I thought it looked very glamorous and kind of suited the apartment. But yeah, someone mentioned to put the towels from Late Night on this table underneath the towel racks, and I thought that was a really nice idea. So those towels are just from the Late Night expansion as well. And of course I had to mismatch them a little bit. Just because that's what I do. We love a little bit of mismatching. That is no surprise. Also putting in an archway here, because, I mean, the wall was originally open. I think I actually said I wanted it to be kind of a studio apartment with everything open. But since we added the walk-in wardrobe, it has become not so studio apartment-like. So that's why I'm kind of closing up some of the walls here, and never underestimate your power to colour both sides of an archway, okay? So the bedroom side is white because that suits the bedroom, and the dining room side is black because that suits the dining room. Don't forget that. Simlies, don't forget that. And just colouring the carpet on the platform where the bed is going to go. Someone actually asked, where does this platform come from? And it's just where you find the foundation tool. If you don't have it there, you haven't updated your game, because it came in an update at some point. So make sure you update your game and you'll find the kind of semi platform foundation in there. Getting rid of a few plants here, and the green couch gets recolored for the room, but you know, we still have the green chairs, and it was amazing because so many of you guys loved the green chairs in the comments in the last video. Like, it was so funny because I'm used to getting so much hate on the green chairs. Well, not hate, but, well, yeah, hate. Let's be honest. But this time it was like all the Simlies who actually like the green chairs decided to comment, and it made me really happy. So thank you. Also, picking out the bedspread here. Originally I was like, I wanted to have like an amazing animal print, because that's super duper glamorous, but this just was looking funky. I mean, that's cool, but it's more masculine in my opinion. Where this is a single girl's apartment. So I actually end up going to, the plastic section in Creator Style, where there's this kind of plastic that looks like a quilt cover. So I often use it as bed covers in The Sims, which is what I've done for a long time actually in The Sims 3. But we'll see it in a second. I mean, this was a really nice geometric pattern, but I didn't want her room to look like a little girl's room, you know what I mean? Like, I wanted it to look more sophisticated than that. So that's why we go into the plastics here, plastics and rubber, and it's kind of like a quilt cover, or a quilted cover, which I thought's really nice. I love quilted covers, and I love, my other favorite type of Duna cover is linen covers. I love linen. I love the fabric linen. I think it's so pretty. But it's probably also inspired because I live near the beach and the coast. It has that beachy feel about it. Well, at least I think it does. So I don't know. That's just me. But yeah, just kind of changing the colors, and also these bedside tables or end tables that are mirrored from the store being put in there. I mean, it's very glamorous to have mirrored surfaces, I think, on furniture. It's very Beverly Hills, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Lisa Vanderpump's house is what they remind me of. And I also kept the kind of lighter pinstripe in this room, rather than the deep purple chandelier wallpaper that's in the dining room. One, because I liked, those wall lights are from the Late Night expansion as well. But one, because it's a nice transition, how it goes. Kind of the lounge room is lighter, then you go to the kitchen and dining, which are a bit darker, and then you go back into the bedroom, which is lighter again. So I liked that. And the other reason is because bedrooms are relaxing areas, so I thought a nice light pastel color would be quite relaxing. Yeah, and putting an alarm clock there because she is a busy lady, Eleanor. She needs to be on time to all those acting gigs. And I don't know what I was trying there. I mean, it kind of looked cute. Having that draped World Adventures, I think it's from World Adventures kind of canopy. And of course we had to have an Audrey Hepburn-esque painting in here. That actually came from the Sims 3 Ambitions, but I was like, it has to go there because Audrey is classic. Audrey is pretty much my idol. I love Audrey Hepburn, so she had to go in there, and there were quite a few comments saying, can you put the Audrey Hepburn painting in? Because it kind of suits the actress career. So we're going to put that in the corner there, which is pretty cool. I like it. And, who was it? Desperate Shopaholic was saying that to kind of give Eleanor some privacy in her bedroom, to put a curtain on the archway. So we also do that as well. And I really liked this late night painting. I was trying to find a place in the apartment that it would fit. And it actually really works in the room, I think, because we didn't want the color scheme to be too strict, because otherwise it would be like just pastel purple and mint green everywhere, and then the really rich colors in the dining room. So that painting, it's got the purple in it to match the wall, but then it also brings back the yellow we have in the other rooms. So I really liked that, and also some blue in there too, which is quite nice. So we make this couch here the yellow color to match the chair that's kind of in that corridor area, and we pop it under the Audrey Hepburn painting, which I think is really pretty, with some pot plants. And yeah, we do change the painting a little bit. Okay, here we go. Here's the curtain going in, which was a really good idea from Desperate Shopaholic. I really like that idea. And I was going to put it on the other side, and I tried all these different colors. I was like, it just doesn't look right. And I was like, oh, Derpy Deli, you don't need it on both sides of the archway. You only need it on one. So, I mean, it does kind of look cute, but I don't know. It looks a bit more, sleek if it's not there, I feel like. So it's just on the dining room side, which is quite nice. And yeah, I like the bedroom though. It'll be interesting to see what you guys think, because this is the only episode that I can't take in your feedback. But of course, this will be available for download. The link will be in the description down below, so you guys can download it. And if you want to make those changes that you guys have suggested that I didn't go ahead with, totally do it. Or you might even want to completely change it yet again. And I'll just remind you guys that this is in the glass pillar in Bridgeport. So that's the apartment building that it's in, that you can replace if you'd like to. And I was just kind of changing these late night lounge chairs to a really simple white and grey kind of decorative pattern there that kind of ties in with the wooden walls, which I thought was kind of cool. Or just simple in any case. Someone was saying, oh, I don't actually have those couches in my game. Oh, we've got a black screen there. That's a little bit awkward, but it should come back in a little while. And we are back. So sorry about that. little moment there, but that's okay. We're back in action. Fantastic. Anyway, we're putting in the desks here. They're the same mirrored desks that we kind of used in the bathroom, which I really like. Which I've already said that I really like them. And I was kind of figuring out if I wanted to do them kind of in an L-shape orientation, but in the end, I'm like zooming out so much to see if I like them or not. But in the end, I end up changing them so there's only one of them, and we kind of put it on an angle in the corner there, so you get a really, really nice view in the bedroom, which is a good thing. But yeah, I was kind of experimenting with, do I want the shelf to kind of extend through the desk, which was kind of an interesting idea, and just trying the different colors of it, because I was actually trying to color or change the color of the top of the desk, but you actually can't alter that color. You can only alter like the legs and the side of it. So that was a bit of a shame. And yeah, I experiment a lot with shelves. These are Into the Future shelves, which we've used throughout this whole, I guess, mini-series, you could call it. But they're so handy. They really should have a shelf like that. If they're going to do shelves that way, they should have one in The Sims 4 from the very beginning, I think, in the base game. That would be really good, because they're so handy, and it's kind of a bit of a drag that you need Into the Future to have them. Actually, it would be a good store item. I have never, ever checked the store for shelves, actually. I'm going to totally check that out, because I wonder what other shelves are available. There might be a simple shelf available, I'm not sure. And we're just kind of putting on some, I guess, table candles here that are from the base game and making them the nice kind of lilac color we've been using throughout the whole apartment, which, you know, allows it to tie in. And here I am changing the leg colors and trying to figure out what am I adjusting exactly? But we go for darker legs, which is nice. Some pens, of course, on the desk and a tissue box, and a flower, which is quite nice. And that TV is from Late Night as well, that little TV that is a really nice size to kind of have in a bedroom. I mean, a lot of people like plasmas in their bedrooms, but I don't know why, but I have this weird thing where I don't like TVs in bedrooms. I don't know. I just don't like it. Just then I was like, I can't get the blinds to line up with the window. And yes, we have blinds in this, which so many of you guys are always like, why don't you ever put blinds in? I don't use blinds. I say this all the time because they rarely fit the windows how I want them to. Which I find really, really frustrating. That's why I don't use them a lot of the time. And they also block out a lot of lighting. But these blinds work really well on these windows, I think. And because there was so much window and natural light coming in, we needed a little bit of privacy in the bedroom. That was important. And this statue is from the Sims 3 University Life. Which I had to put in there because I just love it. It was just too perfect for the apartment to not use, so that's what I did. And experimenting with what colors I can make it. I really like the color it ends up being, this purple. I love that. It ties in really nicely with the candles, and it's very feminine. It's very Eleanor, you know, very Eleanor. And also just lowering that shelf down so it looks like those items are sitting on the drawers. The reason why I've done that is because where you can actually place items on the drawers can sometimes be a little bit, I don't know, orkies to kind of place them. So sometimes it just looks better on the shelf. And yeah, I changed the wallpaper around and it just, I don't know, it just works a lot better that way. Because the painting and the wallpaper, even though they go together really well, in my opinion, I guess they do clash slightly on top of one another. So that's why I did that. Also, this little wine bar, someone mentioned that I should put this in the apartment from like the first episode or the second episode. It's from the outdoor living set, and I loved this idea. I really loved that feedback or that comment. So thank you to that person, because it just makes this apartment seem so real. Like, you know, if you order room service into the apartment, or I don't know, just like a little wheelie wine bar, which is fun. I actually put this in the bedroom in this video, but by the time we get to the screenshots at the end of this video, it's moved back out to the living area, because I kind of liked that it's, originally I was like, oh, you know, it looks like she has breakfast in bed or whatever, but when I place it close to the front door, it's like she's had something delivered almost, or it's a bit close to the kitchen and entertaining areas, so that just made more sense to me. Oh, and also I will show screenshots of all of our work at the end of this video, which we're actually coming up to very soon. But I'm also doing another special video of Eleanor kind of doing a walkthrough of the house with some video footage, which I like to do on my builds. I just enjoy making them, so I'm going to do that. So I'll link that in the description down below once that's uploaded as well. And that'll be like a 2-minute or 3-minute short kind of film, I guess. Film? Not really a film, just a walkthrough. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. And this area, I did ask you guys what you think we should put there. And I decided to keep it nice and open and just put the simple mirrored desk there once again, with a nice big mirror panel from the base game behind it. A lot of you guys said you should put, you know, a bench there where she can kind of put her keys when she walks in the door. Oh, I wish they had a decorative item just as keys in The Sims 3. I would love that. Just some keys to chuck on the bench or whatever, car keys. It'd make it just so awesome. And yeah, some magazines on there. I guess you could put her mail on there when she collects it or something. And that's just a glass decorative item from The Sims 3 Pets. So yeah, we've ended up putting a lot of items from different stuff packs and expansion packs in here to kind of finish off the apartment, to make those minor finishing touches. So yeah, and in terms of the main content that's in this house, it's mostly late night and base game, except for the fireplace, which was kind of a mistake. So yeah, if you only have late night in the base game, I think it'll still work quite well. You'll just have to fix up some of the smaller decorative items, really. And now we are working on the kind of foyer areas, which you guys did remind me to make sure I changed. And originally I was kind of going with this marble look. I was trying to imagine what the building would be like that Eleanor lives in, where she would want her apartment to be. And I was going to go with this all kind of white marble effect, but in the end I thought it was just a little bit much. So we'll see in a second what happens, but I do make the lift all black because I thought that looked kind of badass. And yeah, I tried making all of these tiles the chromey kind of texture, which I actually did in the Curtis Skypod renovation I did, and I really, really loved how that turned out. That was probably one of my favorite renovations ever. I did like the look of those tiles. But we do change these in a second. I get some inspiration from what The Sims actually originally had as the wallpaper downstairs here in the foyer, where it's got that like textured goldy looking paper, which I thought was beautiful. But of course I changed it up a little bit. I enjoy doing that. So we kind of pick a couple of different textures to play around with. And they're stone textures, and then make it this kind of white and grey looking texture as well. So we bring that upstairs, and there's a few panels of it kind of around the place, so we continue that theme of mismatching the walls, I guess, which is fun, but it does blend in a lot better in a second once we change the white tiles. We just drag across the rock and stone texture there and make that white. And because that texture is in the other panel that's a bit different, I think they blend together nicely. And the other thing is, because of that kind of decorative panel, because it's more vertically orientated, the horizontal stripes on the rest of the tiles kind of, I don't know, intersect that really nicely. Not parallel, perpendicular. One of my favorite words. Yes, I finally got to use one of my favorite words in a video. That's very exciting. Yes, they run perpendicular to the opposing wallpaper. Sounded so fancy. And putting in some kind of carpeting, ruggy things for when you do step out of the lift. Maybe to wipe your stilettos on, or for Eleanor to wipe her stilettos on. And of course, you know, this wouldn't be a Deligracy renovation without using those late night coffee tables there, because it is a late night renovation, so we definitely needed to use those. And putting some downstairs in the foyer area. That silver ball, that is from Bridgeport mode, and that is actually a marker to make the foyer a public room. So that disappears in gameplay. It's not just like a random silver disco ball that I've put there, so you guys know. I was going to put a telephone down here, but I was like, oh, actually that's a little bit inappropriate, because then random people would just make phone calls. I mean, a public phone booth or a payphone would make more sense. And these two paintings from Late Night I've been trying to use throughout this whole renovation, and they really looked perfect downstairs in the foyer, I thought, so I really liked that. Yeah. Also, the column on the balcony here that I've just made, Nick said if we could put that in to kind of make the balcony look a little bit more realistic, which was really good feedback as well, because I probably wouldn't have even thought to do that, so thanks, Nick. So that's good. And yeah, just kind of checking out the lighting. Of course, I needed to light up those wardrobes, which there are a few reminders in the comments to do that. And putting in some of the fancy late night glass ceiling lights as well. And yeah, I did leave an invisible light through the kitchen area there, and one in the lounge room, just to lighten it up a little bit more than what we did have. But of course, like always, you guys can delete them if you don't like them. And I also really enjoyed using these kind of these glass looking, very feminine, sparkly, glamorous wall lamps as well around the place. And I enjoyed, usually I match wall lamps, like one on one side, one on the other kind of thing, but I enjoyed having them kind of scattered throughout the apartment on their own terms. I enjoyed it. But anyway, we are coming into the screenshots now. We were just putting in a hidden room marker there, so that'll actually black out that room, so you don't have to worry about that. That's an imaginary apartment in there. You can probably get Sims living there, actually. But here are the screenshots we're coming into now. Here's the foyer image, which is looking very glorious. I love that we got to use those late night paintings down there, and of course the lounge room we worked on with that mirrored entrance looking very glamorous. Lots of pastel colors there, and a nice chandelier. But you guys are probably wondering, what is going to be the next Renovate series? And we're going to be renovating a houseboat. I'm excited. It's going to be very different to what we've done here. It's not going to be like the high glam look. I'm not quite sure if it's going to be for a family or like a couple of Sims yet. I'm going to have a play and create a Sim to see what I want to do, but I'm excited for that, and that was something that was requested a lot, so that will be what to expect next. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one, and there will be a walkthrough video that will be in the description down below. That will just go for a couple of minutes, really, just to show it off with Eleanor kind of enjoying the space. That's something that I really enjoyed doing. And yeah, I love this office space as well, with the mirrored desk and the glorious wardrobe, which we worked very hard on, that we love. And of course her beautiful makeup area too, with another award there, and the beautiful bathroom, which is looking very zen. I would not mind that bathroom at all. But thanks guys so much. Had so much fun with this series. Thank you for the feedback. And I'm going to end this on a screenshot of the walk-in wardrobe yet again, because it's my favorite part. Hope you're having a lovely morning, afternoon, or evening wherever you are, and I'll speak to you soon.